here. Okay, we'll call the meeting to order, and I think it's like
7:02.
7:02, right? Okay, very good. Uh, we don't have any alternates anymore to seat, so I guess we could get right into business here. Are there any additions or changes in the order of the agenda?
I do have a couple of items I'd like to add under new business tonight.
Okay, under new business. We'll take those up whenever you're ready for them, okay?
Which will be, I'll just read them out here now. IWWC 2324-24, the application of Bill Boshi at 62 Lake Road. Thank you. And IWWC 2324-25, the application for jurisdictional ruling of Chris Ram at 39 Zegda Road. So I'd like to add both of those as items 6.3 and 6.4 respectively.
Okay, very good. We'll put those under new business, right? Okay, I guess the first item here, are there any communications or correspondence before we get going here?
Not to,
None? Okay. Okay. And do we have an audience of citizens? Anybody want to speak or say anything yet? Not tonight, okay.
Yeah.
So the first item under 6.1 under new business is the election of officers. And now that John Dilworth is a full member, we can have him on our board and not have to worry about anything here. I guess we elected him as the vice chairman, but evidently he was not a full member. So evidently the town said that we can't have him in until he becomes a full member, which I understand you are now, John, right?
Yes,
Okay,
I
very
believe so. Yep.
Congratulations, Don.
Thank you. Thank you.
okay. So
I think.
so do we have any nominations for the vice chairman? Somebody want to nominate John?
Well, I thought I'd already nominated John Dilworth vice chair.
Okay, we have a second on that. Somebody want to second it?
I'll
Yeah.
second. Can I second? I don't know if I can or not. I don't know if that's
Okay,
proper
all
procedure.
in favor of having John work? Is there any other nominations, by the way? No other nominations? Is it, do we want John Dilworth as our vice chairman? All raise your hand if you're in favor.
Aye.
Okay, so moved. Very good. So now
Thank you, everybody.
you're vice chairman and you're on the board here.
Thank you, John.
We'll start out with, let's see, item 6.2, IWWC 2324-22, the application of Jim Blair to repair a lake wall at 46 Arizona Road. You want to give us a little background on that, Isabel?
Yes, I'm currently having some technical issues and trying to log into the meeting. But I think that the application itself, if I can pull it up, I don't know if you can screen share that, Mary, is fairly descriptive. I apologize. I don't know why my computer won't connect to the meeting. Normally I screen share and I go over these applications. Oops.
Do you want to try and screen share from here?
Let's see. Is it able to? Or maybe you can just pull up possibly the agenda packet.
Which one do you usually go into? Multiple?
And get all these options. Sorry about this, everyone. Just bear with us one more second.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to files.
I'll just read through it here.
Okay.
Oh, Jim's joining, so he used it a little bit as well, but this is for an application for repairing the lake wall at 46 Erdoney. Again, fairly standard entryway and procedures for Jim's walls. I think that at this stage, the commission can schedule a site walk to review the location itself. And then I'll have Jim fill in some specific information if he's able to, while I try to figure out these technical issues I'm having. Jim, do you have anything that you can share about your application for 46 Erdoney?
Yeah, 46 Erdoney is about one of the simplest ones I've had to do in a long time. And basically, there's just some stones that are have come loose from the wall and need to be replaced. There's a section of wall that might need a little bit more work to it. And there is some mortar joints that just need to be ground out and pointed. So I think I have a day labor maybe to, if it gets a little, if some of that cement that we're working on needs a little more work than what it looked like initially, and the customer's okay with that. So so it's a 1 to 2 day job. It's all handwork. There's no machinery involved whatsoever. Maybe a couple wheelbarrows to mix cement. That's about it. And just old fashioned, handwork. That's it. Simple.
Okay. So do we have a motion to accept the application? I think we have to accept the application tonight.
Motion to accept.
Okay,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Isabel, did you think that we should have a site walk there or not?
I think it would be helpful. I think there are a couple applications that the commission would ultimately probably like to schedule a site walk for. I haven't looked at the weather in advance too far out, but one thing I'd like to discuss possibly after we go through all of the new applications is potentially scheduling a special meeting just to get some of these through quickly. There are a couple projects that are relatively simple and straightforward, and I think that they'll really benefit if the commission is comfortable with them and has all of the information necessary to vote. I think that they would benefit from early approval via special meeting after that 14-day statutory waiting period has been met. So I'd like to, at some point.
Point of order. James or Isabel, this is Mary. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry. LMAC was reviewed two very straightforward, one last night, and the subcommittee actually approved them and sent them to the Board of Selectmen already. Mr. Fotis and Mr. Clementino's, I think it was. But for this something that's this straightforward, Isabel, could you do a joint wetlands agent plus an LMAC member or two. So we
Because
can move these forward.
unfortunately, there's a statutory requirement with any work that's in a wetland itself, which the lake is, that the
Okay.
has to have the vote.
Okay. You answered my question. Sorry, Jim.
Okay, so let's set up a site walk. How about this Saturday at 9 o'clock? Before the snow starts on Saturday night.
I'm out of town. I can't be there.
Can't make it?
No.
Okay,
I
Follow,
can be there for 30 minutes only. I have work that day.
Yeah, I can make it, but I don't know. Are we gonna have enough people?
no, it doesn't look like it. What about the following Saturday, the 9th?
No,
I'm traveling.
Oh, wait, not the 9th.
Would something
That'd be
maybe,
13th.
The 13th, I'm traveling.
would the 20th work for everyone?
yep,
Hmm. Looks like we might have a little problem here.
Maybe on Thursday?
Something, the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, if there's a meeting that day, then potentially the commission could vote at, if there's a forum.
Well, LMAC can do its own site visit, but I can't be at wetlands on that Saturday.
Are we talking the 20th?
Yeah, I guess the 20th would be the next time. Let me look at my calendar here. Oh, just a second.
I can be available in the morning on the 20th.
The 20th. Yes, okay. Can everybody make it on the 20th? Ron?
yes.
Okay, I can. John?
Yep, as far as I know right now, anyway.
And how about Mary?
What did Mary say?
I think we lost Mary.
She lost service, she might have been in the car.
She's already been in line. Think she can make, okay, well, we'll set it up on the 20th. What time in the, it should be before dark.
Can we do in the morning?
That's Saturday, isn't it?
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
20th, yeah, 20th is on the Saturday.
Let's
That's
do it
right.
morning,
Yeah. 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
Good to me.
That
Okay,
works for me.
9 o'clock on Saturday. And we'll try to, any others we have, we'll just go on from here.
All right.
Okay, next item is 6.2, Jim Blair's application again here for repair of the lake wall at, well, wait a minute, yeah, at 46 Aridoni.
No, the next one should be
Next
16.
one, okay, 6.3, yeah, I'm sorry. The application of Jim Blair for the veneer on a lake wall and replace the existing patio with permeable paver patio at 166 Route 87.
Correct.
Okay, want to give us a little background on that, and then we can accept the application.
Certainly. It's an existing concrete wall that's actually tied to the neighboring property. And the customer, homeowner would prefer that the wall not go anywhere, not be taken out and redone. And it's in pretty good shape. There are some, there's some cracks and stuff, but we can manage that. We can do some repair behind the wall to pin it together. And then we pin with angle iron and so forth on the face of the wall to hang the veneer on. So it's a good candidate for that. The patio is, most of the real drama and work that's going to happen there. So I don't know if I can get the truck down into that spot, but I will use a mini excavator to take out the material, to haul it away, and then bring in the new stone for the base. And we're going to do, kind of the same thing that we usually do, minimum about a foot of crushed stone, and then a paver with permeable joints on top. very similar to the one that was done at the abutting property, which is actually owned by the neighbor across the street, which I believe is 157 Giosa. So it's a very similar type of patio. I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same, but very similar. And yeah, that's really the whole thing. So there will be an approach, whether it be using ground protection mats, or if we have room, there's a septic tank up on the corner of the building that might force us, too far onto the neighbor's property in order to bring a truck in. That's the neighboring property's Michael Coster. I know Michael not really well, but I'm going to talk to him at some point about that. But more than likely, it's just going to be a machine that goes down there to dig, and then we'll have to run up to the truck to get material out and then get material back in. So it's, again, very straightforward, and we'll use the silt fence accordingly to, manage any runoff. And depending upon what the conditions are like at the time, I might shy away from using gravel on that particular job. Just again, depending upon what we're going to do. Sometimes it's more damage. Well, it can be damaging either way, but if it's really wet still, we may have to do some type of gravel path. So that'll be the approach. I think it shows it on the map, and silt fence, again, used accordingly. As the only thing we're really protecting from the runoff would be that access road, because the patio will be dug out and that'll be below the height of the lake wall. So there's no fear on that part of it. I don't know if I've addressed everything or sparked a concern.
Okay, Jim, when are you gonna start to work on that?
I'm starting tomorrow.
Oh,
No, John, I say that tongue in cheek. It's pending. There's two boards that have to approve this. We're a month behind schedule here. For whatever reason, I could not connect with this homeowner. I think they were traveling or whatever. I don't. Yeah,
Oh.
I forget exactly. And also they didn't really reach a final decision. That's really the crux of it. We didn't reach a final decision with everybody until the middle of December. So that was really what happened.
okay.
And so here we are. So I am chomping at the bit to get started, but we need, obviously inland wetlands to approve. And LMAC is a party to this because we're going to touch the lake wall. So.
Okay, very good then. So you want to get started on it. You may have to get through some snow first.
Well, it's by my reckoning right now, unless somebody changes things, we won't have an approval for more than 30 days. So who knows what the weather will be like at that point. And if it's going to be snowy, we'll do some covering, etc., so that we can work on it once we have approvals in hand. But we're anxious to get on it. The Webster Lane project, 11 Webster Lane, is going fairly well. We might be done with the upper patio. The lake wall is completely done, and the upper patio and walls should be done hopefully by the end of what's that? So it's the 12th, it's the end of next week. So maybe somewhere by the 19th, we're sort of wrapping up there, waiting for spring. And so that would be a hole in our schedule, from the end of January until we get approval. So
Okay,
unfortunately, I don't see anybody approving me before then, but it's really a long answer, John, that I'm not starting until you tell me I can.
okay, no problem. Okay, so what we need is a Oops. Let me turn the phone, hang on, I got a call. There, okay, I got it. So do I have a motion to accept the application?
I'll make a motion to accept.
Okay, second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
So moved, okay. All right, and we have a couple more items on this, is that right, Isabel? On the, new business end?
So,
Do you want a sidewalk on that last one?
yeah, would the commission like to do a site walk on this one as well?
On the 20th?
Yeah, same time, just like one and then the other.
Right.
Okay, do you want to give us a little bit of background on that, Isabel?
No, let's talk about the sidewalk, John.
Oh, sidewalk, yeah, okay,
166.
The 20th at 9 AM, we can do this, right after that.
yeah, have it right after, so we start at 9:30 for that one,
So 9 o'clock on Ardoni,
yeah.
and
And
then
that,
this one immediately after.
yeah,
Yes.
Okay, cool.
okay. So under, more new business, where are we?
And, next we have item 6.3, which is IWWC 2324-24.
24, right,
Application of Bill Fulci at 62 Lake Road. Bill is here with us today to
oh,
discuss.
very good,
application. This is to repair an existing lake wall. I'll share my screen. This is one of the applications that Mary was discussing, that has been approved by LMAC already.
oh, okay. Do you want to give us a little bit of background on that?
Yes, trying to see.
There's only railroad and no equipment,
Yes,
except two strong guys.
no heavy machinery, the stone wall.
Identical to the one, the 2 minute.
Yes, it is very similar to the lake wall that Jim was discussing. There are a couple areas that have been undermined due to in part the excessive rain that we've been getting this year, and part just some trees that have grown. The wall's been in place currently for 40 years. And the trees now are starting in a couple of places to undermine it. And so share my screen. I do have maps and photos that were shared with the application, and I will make sure that everyone has received a copy of those.
Very good. Okay, is this, do we want to add this to our site walk?
Yes, I think that this should get a site walk. The application can be accepted tonight, the site walk can be scheduled, and then potentially
Okay,
on the
So-
application may be approved.
okay, so do I have a motion to accept the application?
I'll make a motion to accept the application.
Second,
I'll second.
Ron, very good. All in favor, raise your hand. So
Aye.
moved. Okay, very good. And put it on the sidewalk for number 3.
I think it is close,
Pretty quick at the beginning.
yeah. And what was that, John?
We'll put it as number 3, or, well, we could move these around a little bit, you know, depending on the route.
Yeah, I'll adjust as needed based on the route. Right now, it sounds like we'll do the 2 for Jim first at 9 and 9:30, and then we will go to Lake Road around 10 o'clock.
10
Like,
o'clock.
sooner than that, if each application takes less than half an hour.
Very good. All right, next item on the agenda is 2324-25. You want to give us some background on that?
Yes, so this lack of screen sharing is really killing me tonight. Application for a jurisdictional ruling for 39 Zegder Road, owned by Shagbark Farm LLC. The applicant is Chris Ram. There is an existing farm pond on the location that has been filled in over time, not by any particular activity, but just by the nature of the pond. It's not currently aerated. And so as a maintenance practice, the farm operators would like to allow it to empty out through an existing spillway and then remove some of the material to clear it out again and maintain it. They would like to possibly add an aerator to the pond itself. And then use the topsoil and material taken from the base of the pond as part of the farming operation. This is something that likely falls under the 4.1A exemptions, which I can read to everybody in lieu of sharing them on my screen. And I think it would be appropriate at this stage for the commission to decide if it's something that may need a permit or not. Due to my technical difficulties, it might be something that waits until our next meeting so we can continue to discuss it if you need more information. Or I can answer any questions that you have.
Okay. It sounds to me like it should be an administration approval, so let's vote on that first, okay? Do I hear a motion to make this an administration approval?
I'll make a motion to make it an administrative approval.
Okay, second,
Second,
So is your determination that this is something that would need a permit?
good question.
what's that, Mary? Oh, I don't think she can hear me.
No, I can, I'm sorry. I
Okay.
said it was a good question. I'm not sure I can answer.
Nope,
Oh, okay.
Mary just keeps coming in and out, I think.
I could read the exemptions to everyone if that would be helpful from our
Jim Blair
regulations.
left.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So 4.1A of our regulations states that the following operations and uses shall be permitted in inland wetlands and watercourses as of right: grazing, farming, nurseries, gardening, and harvesting of crops, and farm ponds of 3 acres or less, essential to the farming operation, and activities conducted by or under the authority of DEEP for the purposes of wetlands or watercourse restoration or enhancement. Provisions of this subdivision shall not be construed to include road construction or the erection of buildings not directly related to the farming operation, relocation of watercourses with continual flow, filling or reclamation of wetlands or watercourses with continual flow, clear cutting of timber except the expansion of agricultural cropland, or the mining of topsoil, peat, sand, gravel, or similar material from wetlands or watercourses for the purposes of sale. Given that the pond itself is part of the farming operation, I think that the question at hand, or the application itself, is asking whether or not this is an activity that is exempt currently, or if it does require a permit of some form.
You know whether the person has any farm animals there?
I'm not sure if they currently have farm animals. The property is a farm. It's owned by a Shagbark Farm LLC, and it has historically had, I believe, cows on the property.
Well, probably needed for the cows then.
I think that's why the pond was originally created. So the intent is to use the material that's harvested for crops and growing material, and then to aerate the pond so that it can be maintained in a good condition.
Okay. So, I think it's okay to have it go into an administrative approval for. Okay, and you handle it, and if you've got any problems, we'll discuss it at the next meeting.
All right, I
Everybody,
will coordinate with the applicant, Chris Rand.
Okay, very good.
And can I ask you to vote on that?
They
Just
did,
before we move on? Or did that already?
they motioned in second, but you didn't do a final.
Oh, okay. All in favor, raise your hand.
Aye.
So moved. Okay, thank you. You got anything else? That's the end of what I wrote down here. Isabel, did you have any more?
No, that's all that was added.
That's
tonight.
all. Okay, so then we could go into old business.
Yes.
Okay, item 7.1. Your order to cease and correct the activity at 18 Lakeview Park West. Want to give us some background on that? Did you ever get in contact with the person?
I did, yes, and so I wanted to update everyone and potentially close things out with a vote on that order tonight. I was informed that the resident was back out on the lake with an excavator again, removing the concrete blocks that we discussed were left on the lake bed during the last meeting. I had a conversation with him that night. The order that I sent, I think everybody has the language from our previous meeting. His interpretation was that it included instruction to remove those concrete blocks. At the time, that wasn't the intent. I think our discussion was that likely he would go to a meeting and we would converse with him and come up with a plan to resolve the issue without bringing heavy machinery back onto the lake. Unfortunately, he didn't attend that meeting and that was not clear to him. So that material has been removed. The heavy machinery is off the lake. It was done in one day. It's not how we traditionally handle things or we do allow. But that was the state of the property when I was able to actually contact the owner. I had a conversation with him and expressed that the commission generally with heavy machinery on the lake has a couple of concerns, particularly ruts and sedimentation caused by the tire tracks of that machinery. And I asked him to rake out any ruts that were left in the lake bed. He stated at the time that he would be doing that the next day. And so I did go back, not the next day, but that Friday, to review the property during the daylight hours and make sure that that was done. At the time that I went onto the site that Friday afternoon, the ruts were removed, everything had been raked out, and the lake bed itself had been restored to its more natural condition. I think at this state, the violation has essentially been remediated, and I don't believe that there's anything for the commission to continue to enforce. I did inform the resident that permits are required for any work that's done in the lake. And I will be following up with written documentation just to make sure that that is very clear.
Is he going to file an application?
So I won't have him file one retroactively. That I've been generally advised in conferences and by attorneys that I've spoken to that the best practice is to require remediation of the violation itself. The problem with requiring permits after the fact is that essentially there's no potential for enforcement if no one applies for an application. So the issue at hand was the violation, and that has been remediated.
Okay, very good.
Any future work, including any potential repairs to his lake wall or stairs, as his original intent was, will need to go through the commission.
Okay, the next item is.
And I just, John, before you move on.
Yeah.
The show cause hearing itself, I'd like to request that the commission vote on the order. You can vote either to uphold the cease and desist that was issued, or you can vote to resolve it. Essentially not to uphold the order as the issue has been resolved.
Okay, so what we need is a motion to approve the cease and desist
Is there any penalty that
There's no,
will,
we don't have a mechanism for wetlands violations. I could potentially take violators to court, but that's a time consuming and an expensive process for the town. At this stage, because the violation has been remediated, I think that the best path forward is to continue working with the resident and to ensure compliance. And if this is a continued problem, then certainly we do take it very seriously here. And ultimately, court action would be a potential option, but at this stage, I don't think that that would be beneficial for the town.
Okay, so then sounds like what we want to do is to have you follow up on this and let us know if there are any other problems. And we could check it at the next meeting.
I can do that.
Very good. Okay. 8.1, we want to, item 8 is to approve the minutes of the regular meeting on 12/4/23. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
Move that we accept the minutes.
I'll second.
And Mary Kay, they were again exceptionally well done.
Oh, thank you.
Great job. Nice job.
Here, here.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so moved. Okay, audience of citizens, we have anybody wants to speak at all? If not, we'll go on to the next item. Any open discussion for the commission here? Hearing none, we'll go on to the next item, which is item 11, the administrative reports. I know you have some of those, Isabel. Would you clue us in on what's going on?
Yes, so I'm just looking for the number now. Apologize, I have.
Do you want me to read it? Do you want me to read
Yeah.
it? Yeah, application of Rissel and Joan Insignia to repair a crack and hole in step between 41 and 43 Sleepy Hollow Road.
So, Joan and her father Russell have a right of way on Sleepy Hollow Road down to the lake. They live on Collins. The right of way has steps that go down into the lake, which were beginning to crack. The crack itself was above the high water mark, and it was fairly minor, so they had a stonemason come in, actually come and repair that crack before it became a larger and more significant problem. Because it was outside of the wetland itself, I was able to approve it administratively in the interest of efficiency and reason. I didn't feel that it was necessary for something very minor to come to the commission. I think the work took approximately a day, and I know it's approved, I believe, administratively by LMAC as well. Mary.
Correct.
Wrong on that.
Yes. Yes, and it's been repaired. They did a great job.
Great.
And I think that was it.
I think that's it.
That's it for
Isabel, okay, very good. Okay. And I guess we are ready to adjourn the meeting. Do I hear a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Second,
Second,
all in favor, raise your hand. Aye.
you're here.
Okay, very good. Everybody have a nice weekend. See you soon.
You
All right,
Harry.
happy New Year. See you on the
Good night.
20th.
New Year, everybody.
Thank you, John. Happy
Okay.
New Year's, everybody.
Yeah, same
Thank
deal.
you.
Barry, did you get the dates for the site walks by any chance?
I think she's gone.
I think she's gone.
I'll email her, to make sure that she has them.
Okay, good. Well, she'll get them in the mail. Okay, have a good one. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you.
You.